What's up and welcome back to the channel. Fiercely Collecting here, and today, as promised, we are going to be attempting our first ever MiniGT wheel swap. When I was doing kind of my collection overview, I showed off this R34 in white with the carbon hood, and I said I wanted to try and swap the wheels. Interestingly enough, this one kind of is a bunk roller. I think out of all the Mini GTs I've opened, this one probably rolls the worst. So definitely a good candidate for a wheel swap. And the wheels we are going to be throwing on are the infamous Carlomo bearing wheels. So these are super high detailed and have the bearings in there, the ones that just spin forever, look amazing. I've done a bunch of Fast and Furious cars with these. I mean, you can see the brake discs and stuff in there. I mean, just crazy details. I put some nice little Toyo tire lettering on there. But for this one, we are gonna go just keep it nice and simple. I got some white 6-spokes with some blue calipers back there. Thought the white on white would look pretty cool. And I think this sizing looks about right. So all in all, we should be good. We are going to be doing one thing a little bit different here. If you're familiar with the Carlomos, you know they come with a 3-piece axle setup. So it has this smaller piece that you put in first, and then you have the third piece. So each wheel gets its own little mini axle, and then you have the third piece that you usually put, and you'll glue that onto the chassis or something. But you can see here, there is a little slop in this setup. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but there is some slop in there, and you have to kind of get the width right that you want for the car and then glue it all down. Sometimes stuff shifts a little bit. It doesn't always work out perfect. Based on my experience, I think I've done about 6 cars with these wheels. So I went ahead and I got the size, and I ordered some of these rods. It's a hollow tube, but it is the exact size. And so now I can do a 1-piece axle, and then I will be able to cut and basically test fit it on the car and adjust the length of this to get it to be the exact width that I want to fit my car. So just a lot less pieces, less slop in the axle setup, and I will be able to get the perfect width that I want. So step 1 here is going to be to crack this baby open, which I have never done before, but it looks like it should be a lot easier than a Hot Wheels. Just 2 Phillips head screws. So this, in theory, should be a pretty simple process here, but we're going to learn, and we're going to learn together. So hopefully we don't hit any major hiccups. I mean, I know a lot of people have put Carlomo wheels on these before. I'm definitely not the first to do it. Okay, I think we are all, oh, there we go. I think we're all loosened up. I am definitely nervous to pop it open. Okay, and there we go. It just falls right apart. So pretty easy. Here are the wheels, just basic axles. So they are a single axle piece, so the wheels cannot spin independently either. With the Carlomos, they will be independent. Curious if these they don't really pop on or off, but looks like they are the same width. So nothing too crazy going on here. Curious how the axles were held in. So hopefully our new rod will fit in there. Let's do a quick test. So hopefully you can see that there. It is a tight squeeze, but I think it is going to work. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some marks here on this axle and get one cut and start doing some test fits. All right, well, it took a couple tries here. These are not glued on yet, but we have both the Carlomo wheels here on our new axle. And I was just comparing here. These are stock axles, so we just there's just a slight bit more of a poke there, but honestly, not too much has changed in that means, and even size of wheel. maybe just a little bit thicker, but I mean, I think everything else is about the same. I did kind of test it on the car, and man, it is gonna be some tight fitment, but I think they are still gonna roll. So we're gonna move on, and we are gonna add the glue onto here now. All right, gonna try to do this here on camera. Try not to mess anything up. So you don't really need a whole lot of glue. I'll usually just put just a teeny bit down, and then I'll just do one side at a time here. Just dip a little bit in. Okay, that one's in. And one thing with these wheels is you can line up the brake calipers. So once we get this in, that is something we will want to do. So what you can do here, so you can see if I spin the axle, you can see the brake caliper and they're moving. And so what you want to try to do, obviously you can adjust this once it's in the car, but you want both of them to line up on each side. So you can kind of see where it's at, get your other one somewhat in the same position. It is kind of tough to do. Maybe that is one benefit of the 3-piece axle. But I am going to do this off camera just because I really don't want to mess it up. I'll just let you know that just by spinning the axle that is glued in back there, it will rotate your brake assembly. And so then you can get the brakes to line up how you want. All right, so we got both of them glued and put together. No promises on how the brake calipers are going to line up. That was not as easy as I was hoping. We are going to try and go for assembly here, and we will see how it looks. Like I said, I did kind of test fit it, so we'll see. It seemed like everything fit okay and was going to roll. We'll put the screws here back in and flip her around. All right, we got it done. And man, I swear these little cars are just as problematic as real cars. You think something's gonna take you 5 minutes, and then here you are 30 minutes later. But yeah, here we are, all buttoned up. The rear fitment is, you know, a little monster trucky back there. You just got kind of like some big wheel gap. I could correct that and probably lower it down, but then I would have to kind of modify the car and it'd be irreversible, where this, I could just put the old wheels back on and everything would be fine. One thing here that is different, you can get upgraded tires. So trying to see on here, because you can't really tell on the car, but you can get bigger tires if you want to like step up the size. So I think you can see there, the ones on the right are definitely a lot thicker. The ones on the left are, you know, very, very thin. But I did have the thicker ones on, which did work in the rear, but not so much in the front. I couldn't get one of the sides not to rub. So I put the smaller tires on. I even tried like a staggered. I put the bigger tires in the back. Didn't really look that great, but I do think this does look nice. I am definitely contemplating trying to lower it down there in the rear just a little bit, but like I said, it wouldn't be reversible then. So yeah, it does roll. I mean, really, really, really nice, which I am pretty excited about. Get you some rolling action here. This is the best part of these wheels, just listening to them roll. Even the sound they make is just really cool. Definitely liking this white on white. So you have to let me know what you think. Do you like these better? I will pull up, get the old wheels here. So this is what we were rocking with before. You can tell just so much more depth on the wheel. You could see the center cap, the lugs, the brakes in the back. Just super good. And this white on white looks absolutely gangster. Trying to kind of get some different views of the car from the underside. Yeah, looking really, really mean. So let's head down onto the mat, get some close-up looks. Well, I actually decided to come and set it up here in the garage diorama, throw her up on the dyno. This is with the MiniGT Kaito House cars. But yeah, think it looks really, really good. Definitely so much more detail than those factory Mini GT wheels. Plus, I really like the white on white carbon fiber hood and some of the other little accents. Looks super good. So hopefully you enjoyed and were maybe able to kind of follow along here with this Mini GT wheel swap. This will not be the last. I am about to order some more Carlomo wheels since I got the new axles, and definitely going to be experimenting probably with some more Mini GT and then probably some more Fast and Furious Hot Wheels wheel swap. So stay tuned. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.